another senior who's played a lot of minutes for you and been very productive, Akhil Simpson. She's been an all-conference player twice. What was your primary focus with her getting ready for her senior year?
Developing an outside shot. She banked too many shots in last year from the free throw line. But no, we as a group have to develop our outside game. We also changed our offense a little bit because of the way people played us. They literally sagged off our post players and sat in the paint. Even Mal, who can shoot the ball, they didn't defend her out there. So we're running a lot more two-man game type stuff where you have to get out and defend. You have to get out, or your shooter's going to come off and take it to the hoop. But for Akhil's sake, I think if she could really gain more confidence, not thinking about it, what would happen is she would catch it, she'd be open, it'd be an afterthought, and then she'd throw up something, and it didn't get near the basket. So now really she did. She worked on it. She needed to, and I think she'll be a much better player for it. I'd like to see Akhil really just let loose this year. I love coaching Akhil. Akhil is one of the most fun kids, not just to coach, but off the court. She's just a great kid. She's great in the community. She's great with people. She is the type of person you want to represent your university. Everywhere I go on campus, everybody knows Akhil Simpson. So given all that, I want her to have a good year. And we're on Akhil because she has such emotion. And that's good in most cases, and sometimes it's not, but we need to keep working on developing and progressing towards the positive emotion and the positive energy. But I'd like to see her have a breakout year.
You have a couple players who transferred in this year, but obviously have to sit out because of the NCAA rules. But you do have two additions to the lineup with your freshman, Kiara Perry, and the return of Brittany Hardy. Talk a little about those two and what they add to your team.
Well, right now, Brittany Hardy has to. She's sitting out because she had surgery on her knee, so she'll be out she'll be out anywhere 4 to 6 weeks. So we're kind of still waiting. She practiced for a while and then hurt it in practice. Kiara Perry, first of all, she's a winner. She's played at Duncanville, state championships, MVP of state tournament. She knows how to win. She's not going to put up the flashy numbers. She's going to do a lot of everything. Not a little of everything. She's going to do a lot of everything. She knows how to play defense. She knows how to get to the rim. She's developed her outside game, which 2 years ago really needed, to me, that's the biggest area that needed developing was her outside shot. But now she's even become a three-point threat. I think she is going to have a major impact to our program. I think she's going to come out of here a great player. I really do. I think she's got such talent and unlimited potential, but she's so coachable, and that's the key. It's funny because we're talking about Kiara Perry now. I want to take a second to talk about Destiny Hives-McCray, because Destiny for us the last couple of years has a lot of talent. But always wasn't as coachable as she maybe could have been. This year she's really bought into the system. We've really working hard as a staff to get her to understand how good she can be, but you gotta work together. There's got to be a happy medium, and she is practicing right now. She is really doing well. I know Danny's been on her about her defense and really, not riding her, but on her, but also she's hearing also when she's complimented. That's important. There's such a thing as tough love, and that's what we're getting. That's what he's giving her right now. But she is really, I really think that she could be a major factor in where we go this year. I really like what she's doing. I like what she's capable of doing, and once again, she's got to keep building that confidence, and that's part of what we're trying to do is help her build that confidence.
The other one who missed last year, of course, also was Raven Short. What did your team miss with her on the sideline with an injury?
Well, Raven is a three-point threat. She can hit it deep. She's a bigger three player, but she's also playing a little bit more forward. A little bit more forward position this year, so she can extend defenses at that position. No matter how you slice it, we're undermatched. We're going to be smaller than other teams. But Raven's also the person that in special situations I have take out the ball. And people don't ever talk about that. But that is when you have an inbounds, a sideline inbounds, maybe baseline out of bounds, underneath, Karina takes it out a lot. But you need people that want to take the ball out. There's very few people that want to take the ball out. And you would think that every point guard wants to. KJ, there's no way she would take the ball out. Like she said, I can't see over people. So, legitimate statement right there. But Raven actually does a good job of seeing people. And that's something that one would never think you would miss on a team. But like Alicia was that person for us. But Alicia also sometimes needed to receive the ball. So those are the intangibles really that that people don't even think about.
This year is your first as a member of the American Athletic Conference, and it's been said that women's basketball may face a bigger jump in terms of the talent of the opponents out of all sports on campus. Would you agree with that?
This year especially. This year especially, with you think about it, we play a national champion twice, the runner-up twice. We just happened to open up with Louisville on December 29th and on ESPNU. So hey, why not jump into it? I mean, that's a program that averages 10,000 plus fans. They average more fans in Connecticut. Connecticut averages, I want to say, 9,500. So it's people. The beauty of playing in this conference is you're not going to, when we go on the road, we're not going to play in front of a couple hundred fans like we have been. We're going to be playing in front of thousands of fans. And I mean, that's what you dream about. That's what makes it exciting, regardless if they're rooting for you or against you. You still have those people in the stands. And I think also the nature that the game is going to be a different type of game when we play those East Coast schools. It's going to be more physical. It's going to be more of a battle. The first time our post players run down the floor and somebody body checks them, they're going to, they just might as well say, "Welcome to the AAC," because that's what it is. That's you watch tape of them. That's how it is. But you know what? We got to get bigger and stronger. We have to, as we progress to the future for future recruiting, we have to get, meaner, bigger, and stronger.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you next. How does the move to the AAC change the way you and your staff coach and the way you and your staff recruit? Are you targeting different kinds of players from now on?
We will. And we have really concentrated on moving east more, trying to get in Chicago more, those areas, and also areas where you got connections. Danny has a lot of, he's more our out-of-state recruiter, and that, more our national recruiter from the East Coast and Chicago. He's got a lot of connections out there, so that will help us tremendously. But I have already seen a major difference in the reception we've gotten from recruits across country with this conference move. It really is. And the opportunity to play Connecticut twice, and of course this year you add Louisville and Rutgers to that mix, and that makes that even that much better. And people don't realize just how good South Florida is. South Florida has been one of the top teams in the Big East. They were a team last year. They beat Louisville one time. Second time they lost them by 3. The California, the team, that was there at the end. They ended up losing to them by 2 or 4 points, I believe. So they've always been a 20+ win team in the last couple of years. So people around that part of the country know about South Florida. You don't equate South Florida with as a women's or a basketball powerhouse. But in women's basketball, that's why they were picked 3rd behind Connecticut and Louisville, and then Rutgers was picked 4th, and we were picked 5th.